Hello, it's Jamie from PCS, and for this exercise we're going to be teaching BODMAS and BIDMAS. So what is BODMAS and BIDMAS? It's the order of maths. So what, like you always do in your Excel spreadsheet, can you all click into B2. Now we're going to start with the first exercise to be unbelievably simple. It will seem a little bit condescending, but there is logic in my madness. So can you all just click into B2, type in number 2, in C2 number 2, and in D2 number 2. And in E2, this is where we're going to start our formula. So as we start every formula, it starts with an equals. We're equals, and we can then click onto B2, then do plus C2 plus D2. So 2 plus 2 plus 2, hopefully when I press enter, it's going to show 6. Woohoo. Okay, so once we've done 6, what I like to do is just to show you that Excel is like a calculator. We can change the values and ultimately our formula updates itself. So demonstrate that. Let's click into B2, change that to 10. So 10 plus 2 plus 2. When we press enter, it will be 14. Let's change the C2 to 4 and we'll then get 16. Pretty obvious. Now if we click back into E2, now we could also double click, or we could press F2, which is the same as double clicking into a formula. And as you can see, we've got equals B2 plus C2. We're going to change that last addition to a minus or subtract. So 10 plus 4 minus 2 hopefully will be 12. And as like we demonstrated a moment ago, if we change the 10 to a 2, 2 plus 4 will be 6, take away 2 will be 4. And then we change the C2 to a 2, and 2 plus 2 is 4, take away 2 is 2. All very simple. We'll take another step forward. Let's now go back into our formula of E2. And what we're now going to change that minus, so B2 plus C2, to a multiply, which is your asterisk symbol. So 2 plus 2 times 2. Now in my head, 2 plus 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So if that's what's going to happen when I press enter. Sadly it isn't. It's going to be 6. But why? And this is BODMAS. Now with BODMAS, what we're going to do, what does BODMAS mean? BODMAS is brackets, order, some people say over, but I prefer order, division, multiply, addition and subtraction. So that's the order of maths. So let's look back into that formula of E2. So we double click in there, in BODMAS, equals, where are the brackets? There are no brackets in that formula. So then what it then does, it looks for the division. So there's no division. And then after division is the multiplication, which will be here. So C2 times D2. That's 4, yeah? Then after multiplication, it does your addition. So it'll be 2 plus 4. It's still left to right, but it's already worked out that section. So it'll be 2 plus 4. That's why you're getting 6. Then it looks for the subtraction, which there isn't. So if we wanted this to be 8, what do we have to do? Basically, we want to do in that order the way that we read this. And this is by putting brackets around a formula. So we go to the beginning of this where it says equals B2. Let's click and put an open bracket and then do a close bracket. That now formula reads equals B2 plus C2 times D2. So 2 plus 2 is 4 times 2. Now this will be 8. Okay, so the problem we've got, BODMAS, that's the old school way. So if you speak to anyone under the age of 16 and you say, I've just learned BODMAS, they most probably shake their head and say it's not called BODMAS anymore, it's called BIDMAS. So what is BIDMAS? It's the same as BODMAS, but instead of the O for order, it then changes to indices. So you have brackets, which determines the order of the formula. Then you have I. The I stands for indices. So what is indices? Now when you find a number and you have like a number 10 and you have like a floating 2 at the top of it, some people say that's squared, but that's the power of 2. If you have a floating 3, that's called cubed, and that would be the power of 3. So I always found this confusing, but let's just do a very simple example. Let's now click into B3 and type in number 10. Then let's type in number 1, and let's now go to E3 where we're going to do the formula. So we now do equals, as our start of our formula, and we then click onto B3. And now the symbol of power is your upwards triangle. It's on your keyboard on number 6 with your shift key. So it's your upward symbol, that's power. And then we do the power of 1. So 10 with the power of 1 is 10. Now think, how many 10s are there? There's 1 10. Now what happens if we change that to a 2? 10 with the power of 2. How many 10s are there? That 2 means there's 2 10s. So 10 times 10, 100. So if we change that to a 3, that would now be 3 10s. 10 times 10 times 10. 1,000. We change it to 4, what are we going to get? 10,000. Change it to a 5, got 100,000. Change it to 6, we got 1,000,000. Now we get into territory, I did that pretty quickly, but the easy answer, how we can do it that quick, it's very simple. When we have 1, how many zeros are there? 1. If we have 2, how many zeros are there? 3. 3 zeros. It's the easiest way to learn indices. So indices is the same as BODMAS, but instead of order, it's brackets, which determines your order. Then you have power, then division, multiply, addition, and subtraction. I hope you enjoy the exercise of BODMAS and BIDMAS.